everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. It's always an amazing pleasure to have you guys join in. Before we go further, guys, my mic, after how many uses, is it 3 or 2 uses, literally stopped working. So actually it affected me a little bit. That's why I couldn't post when wanted to post, because it cost me, you know, some money to buy, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what I've done wrong. I've tried to fix it, but it looks like I have to get another one. So working on that, and then we'll be back. But I think you guys can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay, so today we'll be talking about something I find a little interesting, you know, because toxic friendships. Okay, you know what? If you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Please click that subscribe button now, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Guys, we already talked about this thumbs up thing. It helps the video reach more people. Also, it encourages the creator now. Do you understand? So to those tribers, like this video. You like it, I promise you. The video today, it's about toxic friendships, and I want to come from a point where you are the toxic friends, because sometimes we look at it from the perspective of the person or the other people being toxic, and we're not. Now, I'm not denying the fact that there are people that are toxic. I'm not denying the fact that we've actually experienced toxic friendships. I'm looking at it from perspective that if we can identify our own mistakes, we will maybe able to apply grace when grace needs to be applied, or gracefully end a relationship, a friendship. I will share one experience. There's one experience where the friend was very vulnerable with me. I was young as well. We're 20, 21. Very vulnerable with me, and I've always had this gift of counseling, right? So I was counseling this girl, and yeah, if you're also looking at the background, yes, we changed houses, and to the glory of God, that's part of the transition I was talking about. Anyway, so I was talking with this girl, and I used to counsel her a lot. She used to share some things that she's going through, and part of the things that she was going through was her relationships or her friends or her crushes. But at the time, I was just making a soft landing to Lagos. And so I didn't have so many friends. So I was kind of desperate to have friends. And everybody she introduced me to, I kind of colobid. I don't know the English word for colobid, because I needed to sound as I need to share exactly what happened. I took is too simple. Like I took over. I overtook, maneuvered her friends towards me. And you know, so people started talking to me a lot and everything. And it happened even to her boyfriend. So she moved abroad, and no, she was abroad actually. She just used to come to Lagos yearly. And she started dating this guy, and she used to talk to me about some of the things that the guy used to do, and introduced the guy to me, which was not bad, you know. And funny enough, the guy and I now started talking a lot. We now became really close. So she told me about a friend. I took friend from her. She told me about a boyfriend. I collaborated boyfriend too from her. So I think that that's what she now started to withdraw. You know, and I realized that even if maybe she makes a mistake, and I'm just trying to say, oh, don't, she just comes for me. Don't you talk to me like this? Don't you? I'm like, what was wrong with you? You know, and me too, I used to fight back. Only for me to realize that, you know. So I think our relationship just went like that. I didn't even, I just knew that we were not as close as we used to be. I mean, so I stayed in my lane. I didn't stress myself. But one day, Diary of a Niger Girl, so I'd already identified my toxicity. You know, it was because I felt like I was alone. I needed friends, and I started to take friends wrongly. You know, if it's now, I'd rather be alone than to go and be taking somebody else's friends, or to, you know, that take someone else's friends in a bad way. Listen to me. I'm not saying that you can't be friends with another person, but what I did was I don't know, it's not good. So don't try to say, oh, Tito is not that bad. Actually, it wasn't a good thing, right? So I brought the toxicity there. So I already identified it in a way. So until Dario Benaja, but we didn't say anything. We didn't talk about it. I didn't talk to her about it. We just kind of we're kind of okay. I was on a bridal train, you know, so it was still fine. But I just knew that we're not. We both knew that we're not on that same level again. So Diary of a Niger Girl now made a post where somebody had written into her to Ife, and she was talking about how that this her friend just takes including her boyfriend, you know, as taking the not, she's not dating, or she too wasn't dating the boyfriend, but it's like the boyfriend always talks about her. So let's say the best friend. Oh, Tito did this. Oh, I spoke with Tito about this. Sometimes that one would even tell Tito about something before he tells his girlfriend. You get, because of the closeness and everything. But it's, although is the man supposed to have sense, but your friend too should not be the one that will be encouraging that kind of. Even if the man wants, that's what I've learned. Even if he wants to form unnecessary closeness, I infuse my friend's name a lot. Oh, have you told her? Have you spoken with her? What does she say? Then I would tell my friend, oh, your husband mentioned this to me, or your boyfriend mentioned this to me. Oh, what do you have to say about it? Unless it's really, really confidential. And then I would tell the guy, because I counsel people, so I won't deny that. So I'll tell the guy, have you told your girlfriend? You need to tell your girlfriend. And I'll keep insisting, you know. So that's what I learned from that. You know, so when I said it, she now says, I already read it. I was like, this describes exactly what happened between this lady and I. So not long after, she just sent me the post and said, do you know that this is why we stopped being close? I just started apologizing that I'm so sorry. I realized that immediately I read it, I realized that this was me. Then that I was so desperate for friendships and everything, and that that's what happened. That I didn't go about it the right way. I'm sorry, and that was it. And we became close again. I think that I've been also a toxic. Well, how else have I been a toxic friend? To my best friend, actually, my current best friend. When she initially wanted to do something in her life, so an important decision, and she had told me before that this decision is not one that she wanted to take. She even talked bad about the decision, kind of, not talk bad, just talk down. She talked down on the decision that is not something that she likes to take. And then I saw that she was towing that line. She started to toe the line. But it's her life, and it's not dangerous, it's not lethal. I have not even thought about decision. I just bought the idea that my best friend doesn't like this thing. Simple. And so because she now started to do it and she was happy with it, I now started to be angry with her. I started to give her the silent treatment. I started to, you know, when she's talking about what is giving her joy, I would change my outlook. I would just be looking at her. That's how she started to withdraw. So I remember that day I was talking to my mom. I was like, Mom, that this person, because we were living together at the time, that she has withdrawn, she's just being quiet. And my mom said, what did you do? Or what happened? So I told my mom, is this? She said, but it's not your friend. Is she happy? I said, yes. So you can see that she's genuinely happy, and this decision is not a dangerous one. It's making her happy. You know, she's okay. She's fulfilling her destiny, and you are there just being an adversary. So my mom was like, you cannot take the position of the adversary, even if you don't support your friend initially. We must learn as adults that you must allow your friend to, even if it is a mistake, to allow your friend make their mistakes gracefully. And even if they make the mistakes, you shouldn't say, oh, I told you so. You should commiserate with your friend. You should empathize and find ways to mitigate that situation so that it won't happen again. So I called her that night and I said, oh, I'm sorry. That is because of what you had said before. That was why I thought that this decision is not right for you. That I didn't even now take time to study this. When I saw that I started to make you happy, I just took the position of an adversary. So I think those are the 2 times I've been toxic. Basically, that's it. I was toxic. I was bringing the toxicity out, and I know that a lot of us focus on other people. Now, I've been in friendships where they've been toxic friendship. There was a friend of mine who was an ex-friend. You know, we were really close. I started calling her my soul sister and all of that, but I started to see that, you know, there's a little bit of manipulation involved, obsession, you know. What happened even recent that literally ended everything. And let me tell you something, toxic friends, when you see, there are times that people are going through things, right? So you're able to say, okay, then you call them out and they apologize, right? And they actually make concrete changes. But when you see that a friend, you are calling out something, and this friend is refusing to to acknowledge that the person made a mistake, to make concrete changes and all that, then that friend has to go. Simple. When it is when someone said a repeated apology is a decision, or a repeated mistake is a decision, because I cannot tell you that this thing hurts me once, twice, 3 times, and you keep on doing it. So it was still my fiance at the time. Let me even tell you how it happened. She started talking to me about, she had told me about a friend in her industry. They were really close in her industry, where she and this friend were they were really close and all that. But that this friend was a user. This friend used to send, when she travels, this friend will send her list, and this friend will not give her money, but that she still even used to do it and all that, only for her to maybe not be able to travel for a while. She just moved to another friend, and she told me that she has cut this person off. I'm like, fine, it's good for you. If that kind of friend, nobody, I wouldn't advise my friend to continue being friends with a user. So we moved on. This other friend, let's now call this other friend, let's call my ex-friend X, and call this her other friend Y. So Y was getting married. It was a big wedding. Was getting married, and I happened to know Y's husband. So I was going for the wedding on Y's husband's invitation. She was going for the wedding on, I think, even Y's husband and her own and Y's invitation. So Y's husband had already told me I'm coming for the reception, and that was fine with me. That's why, if you heard any sound, that's my brother-in-law. He stresses me a lot. He's at the back there. So Y now said, I think Y now had a private traditional ceremony. It was a private traditional ceremony. So it was only her close friends that knew. And X started crying. I'm telling you. She started sending me messages. She can't believe she'll be used like this. And I was like, I don't understand. But she's no longer your close friend like that. Why don't you just go for the reception? I'm telling you, she had a complete emotional meltdown. That's how at the time, I just introduced my fiance to her, or my boyfriend to her. So my boyfriend now started talking to her that, my husband he's a gentle guy, very nice. Me, I'm kind, but if you are it's a clear thing, you are no more close with this person. She invited those that she's close to, for whatever reason, and she still invited you for a reception. Just go for the reception, and you say, oh, you changed your date of flight because of her, and how can she do this? I say, hello, leave her alone. But my husband still said, sorry. Me, I left the conversation. That's how they became. Because my husband, let my husband deal with, my fiance deal with it. I think it was boyfriend at the time. Let him deal with it. Me, I don't have time for rubbish. You've already said that this girl is not your friend. Why are you crying that she did not invite you to something that is private? So, that's how she started talking with my boyfriend at the time. And I noticed that on my boyfriend's birthday, his birthday is 28th November, she had reached out to me that where is his office or something like that. She sent him cake, she sent him, thing. On my own birthday, she don't send me stuff. I still didn't worry myself. She now sent me, so it was like she got a deal. So they had cake and donuts delivered to my husband, my boyfriend at the time, and the cookies in it. She told them to deliver to me. Then she now told my boyfriend that you should take a picture that I don't have. Okay, so she had asked me for a picture where I'm not showing. So I'm like, I don't have any picture like that. All the picture I'm going to post is my boyfriend's birthday. I will be in the picture. If you like, she playfully, because when it's my husband's birthday, I dress more than him because it's my birthday too. Do you understand? So I dressed up that day to the nines. I was taking pictures. I'm like, it's his day. It's his day alone. Why? I'm like, what's your own? Post his own picture now. I just said it playfully and all that. So she was like, oh, do I have any personal picture? I said I don't have. So she now went to meet my boyfriend that, I want you to take a picture, or I want to take a couple of pictures and send to only me, and make sure that this picture that he sent to me, Tito does not have it. My boyfriend did not still know it. My boyfriend said, no, I don't think Tito will be happy with that and all that. So Samuel sent the picture to her and also sent it to me. Me, I didn't even know all of this. And then our own friendship now went to the curb. She stopped talking to me. She was cold and all that. But you're talking to my boyfriend every day. And like I said, Samuel is very nice. So sometimes he doesn't even, his niceness is to the point that he can't even say, no, this is okay, or you get. So she started talking to him. I still don't blame Samuel completely because he didn't do anything wrong. Every time she tried to even like cross boundary, he would just say, calm down. I don't think Tito will be happy with that. I don't think Tito will be... But you that are my friend, that I introduced you to my boyfriend and my fiance, is that how to react? So I think during that time in December, that's 2019, my boyfriend and I fought. We had like a very horrible fight. I've forgotten what caused it. And we were not talking. You know, I didn't talk to him. So later that day, he had sent me a message. And he had told her. He told her in hopes that she would talk to me. She didn't talk to me. Oh. She didn't say anything. In fact, she was telling him that I don't even know why your girlfriend is so cold these days. She doesn't talk to me. You know, like painting me as unyielding. And I was wondering that why is she... But she was talking to my husband every day. He even had her other number. She would tell him, oh, I'm on my period. I'm going to make my hair. I retouch my hair every 2 weeks. Everything. She was in a relationship at the time. Then the relationship was toxic. So she first told me, when she told me, she's like, you met this guy maybe 7 days ago or something 8 days ago. And you are dating him. You are going to his house. You are buying food. You are spending money. You are giving him huge amounts of money. Me, I already reacted. You should be smarter than this now, because she's much older than me. Like, you should be smarter than this now. You shouldn't let a guy use you like this, So since then, she now started confiding in my husband. I told her, my boyfriend he's a very calm guy. So, we got engaged. She posted it. January, we got engaged December 25, 2019. January 2020, I just went through their chats. Hey, God, oh. I say, so wait, so if you're not dating, what will happen? If this one is friendship, every day, every little tiny thing, she wanted to break up with the guy, she told Samuel everything, Samuel too was encouraged. I'm like, bro, this auntie has already seen you as rebound, if you don't know. So I now sent her a message that, why are you, because I actually copied and pasted all the messages that she sent. I said to her, that why are you sending my boyfriend, why are you telling my boyfriend you want to retouch your hair? You retouch your hair every 2 weeks. You plait your hair. You're going to braid. You park by the roadside. They gave you tickets. You are on your period. Why are you telling my boyfriend all of that? That's too much, right? My boyfriend, Samuel was not happy. He was like, no, she's my sister. She's my sister. I said, there's no sister there. Ella, I know who I am. Do get... That's how my friend started crying. That why would I think of such? I said, it's not about... I'm not thinking about anything. This is the message here. This is it. I think this is a bit too much. For someone that is not your boyfriend or someone that you're not looking to date. Like, why are you going to do this? Is too much and everything. She cried. I've offended her. She's greatly offended. Oh my God. Yada, yada, yada. She went on and on. On this case, I shared it to my best friend. I shared it to somebody else. Like, I shared it with a lot of people just to ensure that I'm not going overboard. So she said, I'm like, what's all this? She said, you know, so after I said, told that, please don't do this with my boyfriend, my fiance at the time anymore. I don't even think we should be having this kind of fight 1 month into our engagements. Please, I don't want you to. Like, I'm not saying don't talk to him, but like this every day, every information thing is not necessary, right? And that was it. About a month later, she now sent me a message that the Holy Spirit... No, I now sent her a message like, oh, how are you? Because I didn't want it to be like I was like keeping malice or anything, but I just wanted to institute that boundary. She now said that, yeah, that funny enough that she just finished praying this morning and the Holy Spirit had brought my name up, that the Holy Spirit had told her that she had not forgiven me. Jehovah! That she had not forgiven me, so she forgives me, she lets me go. I said, from what? From what, Omo? At that point, I was just done. You would think that this person, when she now comes, because at that point she was abroad, when she now comes to Nigeria, she respects herself. No. So she didn't talk to my fiance at the time anymore and all of that. Fine. Yeah, I didn't even, good riddance. Then I think we had gotten married. It was a few months into our marriage, she was coming into the country. That's how she reached out to my husband. She started reaching out to my husband that she has some things to let go of in her house. She wants to let go of some things in her house. That my husband should come to her house to come and get these things. And she didn't tell me. Like, she didn't say a word to me. Hey. She started sending the list of the things. I told my husband. My husband was first, I didn't first say anything. I was still looking, but my spirit was like, this girl is testing me. You did, if you know that your mind is pure, who should you reach out to? Shebi is things. I'm the one that's supposed to be the homekeeper. You're supposed to reach out to me. No, she reached out to my husband. That, oh, she's there. After a while, I left to my husband. No, we don't want anything from her. Our house was not even 100 yet. I said, we'll manage. We'll be getting it little by little. She should go with her things. I said, no, no. And I didn't say a word to her. That was it. My husband just told her, Tito. I said, tell her that Tito does not want you to come. Because you're in the country, you didn't tell me. You want to let go of things, you didn't tell me. You called my husband. This same husband that you said I insulted you or about. That kind of friend, the manipulation, the gaslighting was extra. And that was the end of the friendship. Because I spoke with her. I learned from the first toxic friend I had. I don't want to go into that because that one can say she has meltdown again when she sees this video. I did one video about her, about my experience with our friendship, and she legitimately had a mental breakdown. I don't want that kind of thing. Not that I'm scared to talk about it, but I don't need that drama. So I learned from that experience to make sure that before I cut a friend off, I talk to the friend that, okay, this is what you're doing that I don't like. So that's why I mentioned it to her. I even said with proof that, see, this is too much, right? I didn't even think of, oh, cut off immediately. I just wanted, no, boundaries here. I'm the friend you knew. I'm the sister. So don't now do this, right? It's wrong. I wasn't even initially insecure. It was just that until my husband would come to my boyfriend would come to my house, we're gisting, and then he gets on the call, and he's on the call. I'm like, who is that? He mentions the name. I'm like, what's going on? Do you get? So that's when I started to be, it wasn't even jealousy, it was intuition, like something is not right here. So toxic friendships can be both ways. That's my point. The idea for dealing with toxic is to ensure that you extend grace before you cut anybody off. Like for me, reaching out to her, to X, reaching out to her even after we had a conversation about the boundaries, and she had tried to gaslight, and I was like, no, this is what happened, this is the proof and everything. Just to even say hi. It's not that we are chummy all immediately. I just wanted to say hi. And then you bring the, oh, I forgive you. That's why I was like, nah, fam, don't even mess this thing up. So I know that if, no matter when she comes back, then for her to even now say, oh, you want to, is my husband that should come and collect things like glass cup and plates. Why are you talking to my husband about that? Why? So I always say, make sure that you have a conversation with that friend. That thing that she's doing that you don't like, even if it's manipulation, even if it's gaslighting, mention it. Ensure that you are able to document one that you can easily say, okay, like in this place, right? That it has happened with a male friend before, but I didn't cut him off. I just told him that this is what you're doing, I don't like. It was gaslighting. Like, he would do something wrong, I would tell him, it would just change the entire thing. Oh, it wasn't, almost put it, if he cannot put it on you, he would deny that the entire thing happened. And I told him point blank, you can't continue doing that. What's that? Apologize and move on. It wasn't like serious or deadly though, but just apologize. Why do you want to deny that this happened and turn it around and play? No, just agree. Don't make me question my sanity. And that was it, and we're still good friends. So we all make mistakes. I don't want you to now look at, oh, I don't have friends. I've had great friendships. Like my best friend who I was talking to, there are mistakes that she has made to me as well, that there's no how that we're human beings and we will not make mistakes. There's no how. We will make mistakes. So once we make those mistakes, please let's learn to forgive. But it's when the mistakes now continue to be repeated without any show of remorse. Ah, God. Without any show of remorse or any apology granted. That's when you should be like, you should begin to backpedal. I think that adult friendships are important, though they require a lot of intentionality, they require a lot of forgiveness, they require a lot of understanding. My mommy says this thing, and I've said it before, like knowing somebody's character and somebody's attitude and somebody's behavior is what will make us friends for a long run. Like, my best friend is not a camera person, for instance. She's not the kind of person that I can be posting every time. She doesn't really like publicity like that. But, you know, friend, because she knows me, She lets me post a picture of her son anytime I like. She just say, please don't involve me in your son's posting. You get? So I can't be offended that I want to celebrate her. She's not. No, that's who she is. She's a camera shy. She's not really that kind of person. However, if I want her to maybe fulfill purpose, like, oh, I want you to share an experience, she will do it. She will share the experience. But like, I'm also very understanding of who she is. Understand your friends. Understand their character, understand who they are, and value your friends as well. Don't take your friends for granted. It's taking friends for granted. That's what causes toxicity. When you take somebody for granted, oh, this person is always going to be in my life. Who is this person? That's when you begin to take them for granted. That's what causes toxicity. But when you value them, you know that this thing, if she does it to me, I won't like it. If I do it to this person, she won't like it. So don't let me do it. Right? And if you even make a mistake and it's brought to your attention, be quick to apologize. We all make mistakes. Allow yourself to be wrong. There's a problem with allowing yourself to be wrong. A lot of people don't want to be wrong. They want to prove that they are always right. We're not always right. Allow yourself to be wrong and apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean it. And if it's a really grave one, how can I make it up to you, you know? And keep apologizing until they forgive you, right? I think that's basically just all I wanted to share. And also know that you are not, it's not only, the problem is not always the next person. Sometimes it can be you. Oh yes, sometimes it can be you, and we must learn to learn and relearn and unlearn, apologize, forgive ourselves, and move on. Adult friendships, I'm all for friendship, guys. Don't do life alone. It's not right for you to day your day at all. Make sure you always value the friends that God has put in your life. I've had friends, decades, Victory, Janet, Oyinda, decades of friendships, decades, FJ, Feikemi. Those are my friends that have spanned for almost 15 years. They're friends of over 15 years. They're friends of 17 years, 10 years, 11 years. We don't talk every day. Janet and I talk every day, but with other people, we don't talk every day. But at least we maximize what we have. So that's all I wanted to share. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Have you been a toxic friend before? What did you learn? Did you ask for forgiveness? Did she forgive you or did he forgive you? How did he go on? Right? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a fantastic week, guys. God bless you. Bye.